I want them to remember the last time they were just sitting on the couch, watching your local news station or reading your local newspaper. Now, I bet in the last year, you've either read or listened about a hunter accidentally getting shot or a child in their home getting shot because of an improperly stored firearm or someone not adequately trained on how to handle that firearm. So today I want to show you some facts. Some facts on why we should have a regulation passed that requires you to have training on how to properly store a firearm and handle your firearm before you should have the ability to purchase that firearm. So today, again, I want to talk to you about why training is necessary before having the ability to purchase a firearm, some facts and statistics around that idea, and different types of simple training that I feel would suffice for that regulation. So firstly, let's talk about why having training on how to properly store a firearm is so important. According to the childdeathreview.org website, in the year 2000, there was 174 children in the United States killed due to not properly stored firearms. Now, with those statistics, I believe that calls for great concern because everyone remembers when they were a kid. They remembers that if dad had a gun, you knew exactly where it was at. So when your friends came over, you wanted to show your friends exactly where that gun is. And then with all 174 of those, almost every single one of them was due because of a loaded gun not being properly stored. So now that you know why it is so important to have training on how to properly store your firearm, let's talk about the importance of having training on how to handle a firearm. According to the FMOS.org website, in 1998 there were 1,005 deaths in the United States due to unintentional/unidentifiable deaths. And that rate is 9 times higher in the United States than any other high-income country in the world. Now, everyone knows the Second Amendment, knows that that's the right to bear arms, and that anyone in this country with the right paperwork and credentials can just walk in and buy a firearm. And like other people, I think that's awesome. But I also think there should be types of training involved with that and a regulation made before you should have the ability to go purchase a firearm. So now that you know why having proper training on how to handle a firearm is so important, let's talk about just some different types of training that would suffice for a regulation like that. Firstly, a hunter safety class is probably the main one that most people use. In almost every state in the United States, in order to hunt in that state, you have to take a hunter safety class. Now in that class, training on how to properly store your firearm and training on how to properly handle a firearm would obviously be involved in that. So that would be a good training program. And the second one would just be a computer-based program, like all the Air Force people know. That would just be a CBT. According to the Montana Fish and Wildlife website, you actually have to take a ID bear identification class online on their website before you're able to go bear hunting in the state. Now all you do is take that class online, you print a certificate off, and then you take it, and then you can get your bear tag. I think training like that would just be simple enough in order for you to properly purchase a firearm. So today, we talked a little bit about why it's so important to properly store your firearm. We talked about that in the year 2000, there was 174 children in the United States killed because of improperly stored firearms. We also talked about why it is so important to have the ability to properly handle your firearm. And we also talked about different types of training in the United States. Different types of training that would suffice for this regulation. So today, I hope that with those facts and statistics, you find it important for training to be required before having the ability to purchase a firearm.